Hello, I'm Charlotte Nobbs. I work for Peterborough Diocese. I work with children and I am so excited, we're so excited that you found us because you're interested in happiness clubs, which we think are just fabulous. The world is a really difficult place to navigate at the moment, especially for children.
I'm Sammy Jordan. I work for Hope Together, and happiness clubs equip children with all the skills they need to flourish and be happy. And in this video, we want to take you through how to run a happiness club in a local school in 10 really easy steps.
The training is based on the 10 keys to happier living from the charity Action for Happiness. If you've not already done so, we suggest that you start watching their free training videos about the 10 keys, and then we will show you how to turn the keys into a happiness club in your school.
Now, we said that we were going to take you through how to run a happiness club in 10 easy steps. The great thing is, you've already done one of them just by listening to our introduction and watching those other videos on the 10 keys. So this now is step 2. What is a happiness club? A happiness club is a session in school where children learn skills that can promote happiness in a fun and interactive way. Happiness clubs use the 10 keys to happier living from Action for Happiness, which is a framework based on evidence and science. Happiness clubs are an opportunity for churches and schools to work together to foster the well-being of children. And the 10 keys are a menu of evidence-based action that tends to make us feel happy. The 10 keys are also really easy to remember because they're based around the acronym Great Dream. So, this training will equip you with everything, yes, really everything that you need to set up and run a happiness club in a local school. From information to share with schools, to creative fun ideas, resources, lesson plans, and a whole interactive notice board called the Padlet board. All the resources that you'll hear us talk about have been tried, tested and reviewed in schools.
So, why a happiness club? Happiness clubs are a great way to bless schools and support the well-being of children. Figures from the Health Foundation in February 2022 estimated that 1 in 6 to 16-year-olds probably had a mental health condition, up to 1 in 9 in 2017. In 2021, 24% more children were in contact with children and young people's mental health services compared with 2020 or 2019. Happiness clubs are an opportunity for children and members of our church to explore together how to step into good habits that can help us mentally and emotionally really navigate through the downs of life. And we've already said that these resources have been tried and tested in schools. So let's hear from some of them right now.
Hi, I'm Claire. I work with primary schools and churches in Northamptonshire, and last year I did some online training on setting up happiness clubs in primary schools. And since then I've been running intergenerational happiness clubs where a small group of pupils from the school and the same number of older people from the local church are equal participants in the club. Over 6 weeks they explore different ways to feel happier. Now 40 adults and children have graduated as happiness ambassadors from the club, with the job of sharing the tips and techniques that they've learnt with others in school, in church and at home. We have a graduation celebration at the end of each club where we invite members of the participants' family to join us, and we also invite back everyone from the previous club so the school and church members can reunite with each other. I've seen such a positive impact on strengthening the link between our church and our local primary school. Previously, the connection largely fell to our vicar, who would visit the school regularly doing things like assemblies, but there wasn't really any opportunities for the people in the respective school and church environments to mix or get to know each other. But through Happiness Club, school pupils have spent quality time with people of faith from the church congregation. And the church members have experienced the primary school environment, which is obviously very different from church, and they've got to know young people who learn there.
I'm with Loki. Hi, Loki.
Hello.
And I'm with Mason. And they have both taken part in Happiness Club. Maya, you did the first club, didn't you? Yeah. Molly, you did the second club. And Mahipri, you did the third club. So you've all experienced Happiness Club. What did you like doing best?
Honestly, I like making our little memory jars. We were learning about mindfulness. Our challenge was to, every single day of the week, shake this thing and just stare at it. It takes about a minute to go down. So then just think about the mindfulness while you watch it go down.
We did glitter jars, which were like the mindful jars. Like each minute, you flip them upside down, and then they last for a minute, and then you could do it each day to relax you.
I felt more relaxed and not stressed every single morning.
Yeah, I still use my jar, and my brother plays with it as well.
Which of the keys for happier living did you enjoy doing best?
I probably enjoyed relating, because you got to know more about the person that you've kind of just met. Crying out and emotions, because for the emotions you get to do something physical, and you kind of get to work together as a team. And then trying out was really fun to do because you get to help out people.
You met with some people from the church.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was that like, meeting them and chatting to them and spending time with them?
I would say it was nice because you were socializing with other people and making some more friends and just being more friendly, I guess.
Anything else you want to say about Happiness Club? Would you recommend it to other people?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And spoiler, there's cakes and cookies and teas and stuff like that.
You love it.
I think there are two main nuggets of gold embedded in these Happiness Clubs. The first is that it focuses on something that everyone has some experience of. We could all do with finding ways to help ourselves and others feel happier. It's a universal human theme that can benefit anyone, regardless of their age, their level of education, or whether you have any experience of faith. So you're starting on a really strong foundation of having something in common. And secondly, it's so relational. Every club that I've run has been different, even though we've been exploring the same things. It changes depending on the people who are taking part. There have been such special moments in every single one, and challenges too. It doesn't need lots of funding, although you do need to be prepared to buy lots of biscuits. It doesn't need any expertise or teaching experience. The training offered is free and will give you everything you need to get going. The only investment required, I think, is just a heart for connecting with your school, a curiosity in finding out about what's going on in children's lives, and a willingness to try something new. So go for it.
So Charlotte, we've got more good news for people. You don't need to be an expert or even a children's worker to run a happiness club in your local school.
That is such great news.
Yeah. You just need to want to build relationships with children, to give them space to explore and to wonder. If you've got some experience of volunteering and working with children, it can help. And lots of us have, but we often don't realise it. Maybe you've helped with children at church or in the community. Maybe you've done sport or dancing or drama or another club with children or uniformed organisations like Scouts. Maybe you've even volunteered in a school before. Maybe you've been on a school trip or helped children with their reading. But happiness clubs, training is for anyone who wants to live out the principles of the 10 keys to happier living in their own life and then want to share it with children in their local schools. So, whether you're a Sunday school teacher, someone who volunteers in a toddler group, whether you're a parent, a grandparent, or even a vicar, we would encourage you to run a happiness club with someone else that you know in your local school. Charlotte, before we can run a happiness club, we need to have some important conversations.
We definitely do. We have to have the right conversations. So first of all, our checklist would be make sure that you've had the agreement of your vicar, your minister, your church leader. The next question is, do you have the appropriate DBS check from your church? And have you done some safeguarding training? Do you have a partner who could work with you, or even a group that could accompany you in this so that you're not doing this on your own? And most importantly, I think, or perhaps mixed in throughout, it's really important that we are praying, and we pray throughout the whole process from the beginning to the end. And then there are the conversations that we need to have where we talk with the school. Having gained the agreement of the school, and this could be through a letter, an email, an in-person conversation, it could be a phone call, or maybe all of these. It's really important that we then agree the times, the day of the week, the duration, the group of children that you're going to be doing the Happiness Club with. Ask the school if they need you to do another DBS that the school puts in place. Ask the school about risk assessments and safeguarding. It's really important that you know what their protocols are. But don't worry, we have examples so you can adapt these. They're on our Padlet board. And then, of course, it's really important that we build on the introductions that we have already made. Your church needs to let the school leadership know who you are and get them on board. You need to tell them about your happiness clubs, and the wider community need to hear about it as well. The staff, the parents, the children, and anybody who might be involved. And we can provide you with editable resources. So we have a letter, we have leaflets, and we have posters. Again, all on the Padlet board.
So that's even more good news for you. We can supply you with pretty much all the resources that you need to set up and run a happiness club in a school. Charlotte's already mentioned introduction letters and leaflets and posters. And you don't need lots of expensive, complicated equipment. You just need to be willing. If maybe before, when we talked about DBS checks and safeguarding, if you're unsure how to do that or what they are, again, don't worry. If you talk to your church leader, talk to your school, they will take you through those processes, and it's really simple. But there are a few resources that we really do recommend. So the first one is the children's book, 50 Ways to Feel Happy. There's a link on our website that will take you to the place where you can buy this. And this has all the activities and ideas in that you could possibly need to get you started. Other things that are helpful, a notebook. Okay, a simple notebook and pen just for jotting down some ideas. You need access to the Padlet board that hopefully is on screen now, but is also on our website. You need access to the training that we mentioned earlier, the training from Action for Happiness, where you'll see our friends Val and Peter, who will take you through what Action for Happiness is all about and what the 10 keys to happier living are all about. And then you need this film here as well. Charlotte and I taking you through just these 10 easy steps of how to go about setting up a happiness club in your local school. And anything else that you want, that you think is missing, we'd love to hear from you.
So we would encourage you just to go for it. You might not feel like you're ready to run a happiness club, but if you've had all the right conversations with the right people and you've done the right training and you've got the resources, really now it's time to give it a go. Remember, our Padlet board is there to help you with so many examples of good practice.
And if giving it a go sounds a bit scary, don't be scared. We're here to help you. We're really happy to hold your hand every step of the way. You can contact us at any time. Our contact emails are on the website and might even be on screen now. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear your ideas, help you get started, hear your feedback, and of course, to pray for you. If you're interested, one of the things that we would love to do is to create an online learning community around happiness clubs and to meet with some of the people like yourselves who are running a happiness club in school, to meet online a couple of times a year in a webinar to share our experience, our stories, and to learn, resource and support each other together. But just for now, here are a few useful slides. Some of them you'll also find on the Padlet board, but we hope these are useful as you get started. I guess the last thing to say is that Charlotte and I are here for you. Think of us as your virtual, well, we are real people, but you're at a distance, long distance cheerleaders. We are here to cheer you on. So do drop us a line if there's anything that you'd like to know. We'd love to hear from you.
And enjoy sharing the good news about happiness.